So Annie, I heard there was something you wanted to tell us about right now.
It's a dildo.
Oh my gosh.
What about the dildo?
I got it from Adam and Eve.
I heard they're the #1 trusted source for adult toys.
In my house, they are.
So I have a whole artillery of toys from Adam and Eve. It's a very important part of my healthy sex life.
I like that there's 24/7 customer support for those customers that need a little extra help, like maybe me. 90-day no hassle returns, and of course, discreet packaging in case you're living in your parents' basement, like I just did for the last 2 weeks. And 20% of the profits go to help fight the spread of HIV around the world.
2021 is Adam and Eve's 50th anniversary.
You guys can visit adamandeve.com and use code BLOOD for 50% off one item and free shipping in the US and Canada. Some exclusions apply. Again, visit adamandeve.com and use code BLOOD for 50% off one item and free shipping in the US and Canada. What should they try?
I don't need much. I just need one vibrator with maybe 50 different settings. That's it.
Is that true though, Annie?
Yeah, like a Swiss Army knife, you know?
Yeah, I'm a very simple gal as well.
I
like things that are compact.
Yeah.
I like things that are a little bit more discreet. But I like medium power.
Yeah.
Medium is a good level.
Yeah.
You don't want light.
I go full blast.
Full
out of the gate.
720 horsepower.
How can you be ready for that? I feel like when you go straight forward, I'm like, like I need
a build.
You want
build.
You want your dildo to give you foreplay?
I've never had a dildo. Have you?
Well, I just think you can call them all dildos. I had a dildo and it was like a suction cup dildo. And I was like, I guess you're supposed to like suction cup it to the wall and bang the wall. But it's like, how do you look yourself?
You just back up into it, right?
You back up into it.
That's very performative. That's like for someone else.
But
watching.
I mean.
And are you sure it's the wall or not the floor?
I mean, you could do the floor. I mean, you do your Asian squat. So.
Yeah, that's a very easy
I don't
move
have
for
the
me.
pelvis of a Philippine.
Of a Philippine?
Of a Phila. I'm so hot, but my arms are so fat. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? It's so hot. I'm so sweaty. My arms are so... Whitney, listen, I was in Whitney's pool. She took all these videos. She's like, can I post these? And I was like, Whitney, if you post these, I will fucking... You will be dead. You'll be floating in that pool by the end of the day. Listen, I've been on quarantine. I've been having a good time. It's all good. I feel good, right? And I think I hold my weight proportionately. I did weigh myself and I went, okay, I'm no longer even in Oscar de la Hoya's weight. She's in a lower weight class than I am at this point.
Are you a welter now?
I think I'm a sumo at this point. It's very large. And I'm like, wow, that number doesn't match up with what I see and feel. But then when you get a sunlit video next to someone who's got a perfect body, I mean, I know this is the worst word I could say to Esther in our friendship. I started a fast, a cleanse, not a fast. Esther gets scared when I do these.
I'm very anti.
No, I'm doing a cleanse.
Fasts.
It's not a fast.
What cleanse are you doing?
It's called, well, I don't want to give them a thing because I just randomly bought it. But it just was one thing I bought randomly during the, what?
Mouth it.
Wait, hold on.
Mouth it with your...
I'm just put my tampon in here. I just had one smoothie so far.
Well, I knew that maybe you were thinking about doing a cleanse because she sent me this thing on Instagram. She was like, look at this amazing natural beauty. And she thought that it was a video of a 65-year-old woman in Bali doing some type of like skin thing where she was like, how to get rid of your frown lines. And it was a video of this like wellness coach.
I was like, oh my God, she's aging gracefully. She's not getting Botox.
Look at this. And she's massaging her frown lines like this. Remember that, Annie? And then I was like, no, I guarantee you that woman is younger than us. And sure enough, she was like 34, 35. And apparently she had gone, listen to this, Esther. She's famous because she went on a year-long dry fast, basically zero water.
Why did she do that?
She says that, all the, the juices from like fruits, coconut water are far more like valuable to the body than just plain water.
I was in shock because I said
I'm literally getting thirsty hearing this. I'm like, I need to drink.
Drinking Snapple. I'm so thirsty. She's like, this is my fruit juice. It's a peach Snapple.
It's really good though. Actually, who am I kidding? There's no sugar in it. It sucks.
It kind of sounds like your baked goods that you made me. I was like, did she mix salt instead of what is this?
You bitch.
I sat there and I ate it all and pretended I liked it though.
I want to try your vegan cookies, Esther.
Thank you. You can. I would rather you be like, this sucks in the moment.
I know. I forgot who you were as a person.
But here, how about Annie? Since she's in a fast, the best way to have people like something is to give it to them when they're deprived. So I guarantee you, if you make the same thing when she's on her third day of fasting,
it's not a fast. It's a cleanse. I'm having like smoothies.
But that is a fun fact.
But it will be good.
I want to use that on myself. I'll be really hungry and then I'll try like shrimp or something. I don't like shrimp.
That's her big. You should get cinnamon toast shrimp.
No, I don't know. What is gross to you that you wouldn't want? I guess I could have crickets. Everybody's mad at me.
Look, you guys, I went down.
Sorry, I didn't want crickets.
Yeah, were you cricket shamed?
Everybody's mad at me that I didn't want to eat the crickets, and I'm scared of bugs.
It's four comments.
Even though they live on her hair.
There were 4 comments, and underneath were like 70 comments of other people being like, "We love her. What are you talking about? Let her be."
I'm afraid of bugs. Okay, sorry, that's like my evolutionary history where I'm afraid of bugs.
Well, you don't want to eat
spider
your
ate
own.
my grandma. What?
You don't want to eat your own.
Okay.
Anything that I'm challenged to do, I will probably do. I can't say that I will enjoy it. What?
I love that about you.
You're the only one who withstood the durian challenge, and that's the fruit of my people, and I failed. It was the most disgusting thing. That's one thing I won't eat, Esther, ever again is durian. Ever. I won't even have it near my house.
That was really hard.
That's a bummer because I did bring some here today. I pop it out. It wasn't a tampon the whole time. It was durian.
Have you guys ever watched porn with a lover?
I mean, of course.
Yeah, I don't like doing that.
Why don't you like it?
I just don't like to. I don't know. We're there. I don't need to have another couple there.
I do feel like it's a little dated.
What do you mean? Like that was the cool thing like 8 years ago?
No, in the 90s maybe. Or in high school. We were like, ooh, let's watch a porn together. Let's rev our engine simultaneously. But I don't feel as though... Like, I would rather he watch his own on his phone, I watch my own on my phone, because we have different preferences.
Or are you like going, is there a double-headed dildo in between your buttholes and you're going outward?
Yeah,
or are you...
Bobby and I go ass to ass, just like Requiem for a Dream. That's our style.
Or do you go like, you go watch your porns and then you meet up, you're like, let's meet up in like 20?
Yeah, I'd rather do that because my preferences are so different. The stuff that I like to watch could possibly turn him off.
Wait, what?
Forgive me, Jesus. But I am into cream pie gangbangs. Like, I like one woman strapped down and 10 guys cream pieing in her in a competition to see who impregnates her. That's what I'm into.
Cream pie. I accidentally cream pied today. What? Well, first of all, I have to come clean with the way I bang now. This is like an Esther. I want to give this to you because I feel like with your effort level, you'll enjoy this. But I call it a geriatric bang. What it is you take I have a hospital bed, like an old people bed where you can lift up the down. Bottom or the back. So I hoist on the edge of it and Todd controls the remote and lifts me up, my vagina up to his
with
penis.
a remote.
Yes. And it's like, zzz, and then I'm there. But so
that's a slow bang. That's a very slow bang.
No, it's not like, that's not the movements. I mean, the movements change, but that's just to get the positioning.
Yeah.
And then when we're done, I am almost like, if he's not holding on to me, I will fall backwards because I'm straight up in the air. So as I'm rolling back, some of it goes into my butthole.
Oh.
So I had an accidental cream pie.
Wait. He's going in you?
Yeah, I'm on my period.
He's going in you?
Yeah, I'm on my period.
You know what? I'll be real. I tell everyone, condoms, be safe. I tell my niece that. But yeah, I'm a cream pie queen.
Also, my sister-in-law is watching this, but we've been
and my mom is watching. But wait, are you on birth control?
I was for a really, really long time. In fact, I got pregnant on birth control.
Oh, that's
how big the cream pie was.
Are you off it now?
Yeah, I'm off it now.
What does that mean? Are you
the pregnancy? She's off the pregnancy.
Are you?
I just know my days. I don't participate in adventurous coitus during my ovulation cycle.
How do you know? Is it someone said you can tell by the stuff that comes out of the vagina?
I don't know. Like Bobby is not. He doesn't have projectile sperm. He's more of like a small, a light dribbler.
None of us are surprised.
Yeah, he has no like torque. Like
oh, you're saying his sperm doesn't go on sprints and run, or
it just kind of boop, it does that. So it's hard to tell. But I will say that as he's getting older, he's complained about a leaky dick, which means that he has more like pre-cum than normal. Which is why I really, really am careful during my
ovulation.
My hot eggs day or my hot eggs week.
And how do you track it?
I have Eve sponsor us. Everyone has
I've been
a tracker,
using the
right?
period tracker app.
You don't ever just like scoop in and then play with your fingers and see what.
You would do that to me, I feel like. She's like, do you want me to try?
If you were not on your
every
period.
once in a while you have like, rubber glue.
Pause. If you were not on your period, I would scoop into your vagina and tell you what part of your cycle you're on.
I like vaccinated
I'm not on my period, Esther.
Wait, OnlyFans, guys. OnlyFans, stop. OnlyFans.
Oh my God. I realized what
It's
I just
really
said.
sad that you only offered Annie.
I would much rather do it to you.
I don't want to like be a FOMO person, but I feel like you have to do it to both of us at the same time.
Do you think... Oh my, we have to, is this for OnlyFans?
This is for OnlyFans.
Yeah.
100%.
I'll gladly give you my pussy. No problem.
Oh my God. Like
I'm getting that asshole. She gets the pussy.
I want
Prepare
to
yourself.
scoop in there and see if I can tell what part of your cycle you're on.
Yeah, climb on board. Ovulating is really a dangerous game for me because I find everyone hot when I'm ovulating. Everyone is fuckable and attractive. Like the grimy taxi driver is absolutely on the menu.
So your birth control is when you want to fuck, you can't.
Maybe you're right. I just am really bad at tracking that stuff. But I do know what you're talking about. Like there's definitely times where you're more in the zone. In the mood.
Yeah. I specifically plan girls' weekends when I'm on the week of my period when I'm really fat and bloated. So there's just no chance my self-esteem is very good that week.
I know. I'm so low self-esteem right now.
Are you on your period?
I'm on my period.
I just can't believe he went go-go in you.
He does go. It's not a no-no to go.
Go in you. Because I know you're so afraid of a pregnancy.
Right. That's why I let him do it when I'm on my period.
But that's like a myth. You can still
get pregnant for sure.
But
we'll see. Roll that dice, Ani.
I don't think you should be going go in you.
Without you there.
Okay, Esther, yes, to exhume the grandparents is a big thing I want to hear from you.
Okay, so I went to my parents' house last week, and whenever I'm there, I'm very curious about my grandparents who passed away before I was born because I'm their only grandchild. My dad was an only child, and they had just written off that he would never have kids, and they passed away. And my dad will sometimes like tell me little things about how much they would have loved me and like how I missed out on like all the relatives and family stuff. So this is like really affected me. Like ever since like I was little, I would like stay up at night crying, like thinking about it. And I was also raised in their house. And I have none of their belongings.
Inside their urn. It was really weird. Very tight in there. But she's tiny. They worked it out.
I have none of their belongings because when my grandmother passed away, my dad was like, oh, well, I'm never having kids and I don't need this stuff. So he gave everything away. And like she had like a Rolex. Like he just gave it all away. It was like, who needs this? And so I had this like, and again, like just wanting their stuff is pretty like, you realize like, oh, well, that's not going to bring them back. Like it's not. Nothing is going to cure this like deep sadness I have from never knowing my only grandparents that would have loved me because my other grandparents is complicated.
Maybe you should take the hint from that one that the other ones wouldn't have.
Yeah, those ones know me and they don't like me, so I'm just kind of putting a lot of eggs in the basket of the ones that don't know me.
How dare you not
have
like me, grandparents? It's so annoying. It's like, how dare you not like me?
You do have a living set of grandparents then?
My mom's parents, so I know my grandma and she's pretty much done with my shit. And my grandfather passed away about 4 years ago, and that was my mom's stepdad. But like he was my grandpa for all intents.
Was it like right before you were gonna visit? He's like, it's time.
And I met my biological grandfather once. He lives in a trailer park. He has a tattoo of a naked woman. I'm half white trash. In case you guys didn't know.
I popped out of a tuna can.
What did you think of him?
I was I met him when I was little. I was just confused. I was like, what is this?
Is he still alive? Can we go see him?
My mom claims he's still alive, but we haven't heard. Like, she says that if he died, we would know. But she hasn't spoken to him since we saw him, 25 years ago, 20 years ago.
Those are dudes with the best stories.
I know. I'm not interested. We don't like him. Right? He's like a bad...
What, because there's a naked lady tattoo?
No.
If you were a tattoo person, there would be so many naked ladies on your body, by the way.
No, we don't like him because he's like, we love our real grandpa who adopted.
You can have both.
Really?
Yeah. My mom was adopted and she never met her family because she didn't want to make her parents feel, but I don't think her adopted parents would have cared. I think that was like, she was worried about that. There's enough.
Yeah, there's enough love to go around, I think.
I'll have to talk to my mom, but I don't know. That's like a weird vibe. But yeah, in theory, I have a biological grandfather alive who probably has no idea who I am and doesn't give a fuck.
That's so exciting.
That's all right. A lot of people don't.
Like a storyline undiscovered. Like, you don't know. Like, what if there are parts of you where you're like, oh my God.
What if he's like really hot and cold at the same time and like hungry and wants things?
Yeah, like from a genetic standpoint, like that's where my curiosity would be. I'm like,
yeah, we
what
just
is
see
it?
parts of like yourself in them.
Something tells me those characteristics are from the Jewish side.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But anyways, so all that I have my grandparents is where they're buried. And it's just got me thinking, like, what were they buried with? Like, I don't even know. Is there anything in there that like is a memento? And
like a treasure map? Like, what are you looking for?
Like,
and Adam and Eve, they were around 50 years ago.
A dress or like a...
Wait, you would take the dress that the corpse is in and take it for yourself?
If there was something in there...
She would take the corpse. Let's be real. She's not leaving the corpse. Esther?
First of all, I'm curious, is it legally... If I'm next of kin, is it legal for me to exhume...
I think so.
I'm the wrong person to ask because in the Philippines, it's like the wild, wild west. And we just exhumed our... one of my uncles because we couldn't pay for the plot anymore. With my family there couldn't pay for the plot. So they were like, oh, let's just move him to the backyard. And so they exhumed him. And it became like a whole family drama and fight.
Wait, what? Don't you have to pay it up front?
Oh, no. What it was is they were selling the plot. They needed money. For money.
Wow, the plot.
Because the plot was it's a really nice area. It's a very like, it's kind of like that rolling hills right here. On the freeway at the 5.
Yeah, the forest
lawn. Where it's really pretty. The forest lawn.
I feel like Forest Lawn is, they have their own street. That's like, if you're buried there, you're pretty much famous.
It's really nice there. It's probably very expensive. My dad is actually, his dad left him a bunch of graves and my dad's currently trying to sell them. So if anyone in the Chicago area is looking to buy some graves, DM me.
You should find another short person and you can split one grave, save the money.
But so, I don't know. It just had me curious if I could legally even exhume them. And if I could, would I, to see what's in there. But my dad has claimed that there's nothing there, like that they were just buried in their clothes. Like he wouldn't bury them with jewelry. But my dad doesn't remember anything. And I know he was very, traumatized during it. So he could have put, I think there's a chance my dad could have put some mementos in there.
Or the wrong person.
Yep. But what
so disoriented. We open it up, it looks like Bobby. Like, oh my God.
But I'm chasing something that's not there, right? Like, I just want any piece of them.
No. I've done ayahuasca. You're chasing something that is there, but it's in there. Mm-hmm. You're looking for something outside of you, but it's actually in you. Your grandparents, all of our relatives are living in us.
Mm-hmm. Through our veins.
So your grandfather that lives in the
trailer park?
The trailer park? You can avoid him if you want, but
Annie and I are meeting him.
He's there. He's hot. I'm actually very attracted to him.
Already. Trailer park, naked lady tattoo.
He's still younger than her dad.
So. Still, everyone's younger than my dad. Joe Biden is still younger than my dad.
You guys, let's talk about a little company that we love.
Have you guys heard of Adam and Eve? Have you heard of We Are Ribs? I was eating ribs last night and I was thinking, I love the story of Adam and Eve. And then I got horny and I went and I got my own Adam and Eve product.
You guys, they've been around for 50 years. Do you guys know that?
That means they know what they're doing.
And they are still the #1 trusted source for adult toys.
It's pretty cool too because they have 24/7 customer support, 90-day no hassle returns, and discreet packaging. I don't know about you, but those are things that I really need from companies that I buy intimate products from.
You don't want your boyfriend to know you're getting a dildo. That's mine. Well, also, I like the 24-hour-a-day service because who's banging between like office hours?
You need late night help.
Visit adamandeve.com and use the code BLOOD, BLOOD, for 50% off one item plus free shipping in the US and Canada. Some exclusions apply. Again, visit adamandeve.com and use the code BLOOD for 50% off one item and free shipping in the US and Canada.
Honestly, if you're listening to this episode, which you are, you might need one of these like right now.
Yeah,
it gets crazy.
Hot and heavy.
About the jewelry stuff, aren't you afraid of like cursed items? Like I'm always afraid to like take things that belong to the past. The past, sometimes they need to be buried with that. Like you don't know what happened when, because my grandmother on my dad's side is buried in Tunisia, and word on the street is she was buried with a gigantic ruby ring. Like, and it was I mean, we could go on like we could exhume her, but I'm just saying I don't want to touch that because I think she lived a painful life.
I have an idea.
Like she deserves to like die with that red jewel.
I have an idea. I think we should make a treasure map to your grandmother's grave
in Tunisia.
Yes, and we should. We'll release some riddles each week on OnlyFans. And if you guys can put it together, dig it up, it's yours. You get to be on the show.
Here's another clue we have. Apparently, it's near Sophia Loren's old vacation home.
Well, let's go. This is in the Philippines?
No, in Tunisia. Okay, so we're gonna start with your grandpa. Okay, that's our first point. But just of our treasure quest.
To your point, I feel so much ownership over my grandparents that I really believe in my heart that if they had something down there, they'd want me to have it. And that, my friends, is called entitlement.
Would you wear the dress on the show?
Yes, I would. I wonder what it is because she was old, so it's not like.
I feel like I wore it on her birthday episode.
Could you deal with that though? Like looking at like bones in the soil. Like, are you okay with that stuff?
Yeah.
It does feel. My grandparents are buried in Connecticut, and I was doing a weekend in Hartford. I don't know, 3 years ago, and my mom was like, "Oh, your grandparents are buried." So I went to the graves, and it was unbelievable. It was so amazing. And my mom was adopted, so it wasn't blood, but it did still feel that same way. And I was so moved. I missed my grandfather. It was so good to see him. And then the groundskeeper was just like walking around, and I just started talking to him, as I do talk to everyone. Usually anyone creepy enough to look like they're walking around a gravesite, I will be talking to.
I recently had an encounter with a groundskeeper too, but keep going.
He knew my grandfather. I told him who I was, and he goes, "I know your grandfather," because like the lineage of the family had been buried there, and he had come in and would go visit them and stuff. And he has like my grandfather's writing in a log. He opened it, and I was like, "How fucking incredible is that?"
How did he have that?
Because that's what they do. They just do. He had like a whole like log, and my grandfather came in and would like sign it, and he had all this stuff written out. That's like so my grandfather's wishes and stuff. It was awesome.
Now, have you never met your biological grandparents, your mom's?
My mom never looked for them or anything. My mom was, what she knows about her birth parents was that her mother was like in like art school or something, like a young art student.
So you have lost grandparents too.
What was the name of your grandparents? Do you know?
She's Abigail, but her name was Marnice Gleesner. If she on her birth certificate.
Marnice.
She would have been named Marnice Gleesner.
Why do you know? Does she or you know why she was put up for adoption?
Because her mom was young, and I think she wasn't with the dad.
Wow.
And it's cool because my mom's a really good artist, and then I'm a good artist. It's like interesting. But my brothers and my dad are bad artists.
You are a good artist.
I have a feeling your experience with the groundskeeper was very different from Annie's.
It was when we were filming.
He thought you got out. He was like, "Oh my God." He was like, "There's an empty grave.
Get back in." I get in. Okay, sorry. Good night. It was when we were filming Alone together, and we shot a scene at Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Love that place.
And me too. It's so beautiful.
Fucking awesome.
And there was a groundskeeper, and we had like time in between because we were waiting for it to get dark. And like I was just a young Hollywood starlet, and he was but a groundskeeper. And I hopped on his golf cart, and he showed me around and took me on a tour. And Judy Garland had just been exhumed and moved to Hollywood Forever from New Jersey because I guess Liza Minnelli like wanted the family to all be together. So he was like, only families let in, but I'll let you in. And he took me into her little cove. And we just there were
I thought
vibes.
you said you weren't molested.
There was a vibe.
If he just drove you off of
he drove us into the water. I have a question for you, Khalyla, because you're a nurse. You weren't
not anymore. Can we stop saying that?
I can't.
You're a working nurse.
I'm not. I couldn't even get the vaccine early. That's how unnurse I am.
And I get squeamish very easily. I was very squeamish when Annie re-pierced her nipples, and you were not. You were into it. Is there anything that grosses you out or makes you squeamish after all your nurse experiences? Is there anything still that will...
Yeah.
What?
I don't like the smell of this thing called C. diff, and it's a hospital acquired kind of diarrhea, and it's you will not miss it. You walk in and you're like, that's C. diff. It only smells like one thing. It's you get intractable diarrhea from it, and
is that when it goes in? What's intractable?
Intractable means like you just shit. You can't stop. Like it just keeps flowing out of you. What you had the other day after you had pasta.
Have a new pasta diet.
that thing it smells almost like, I think that's why I was so sensitive to durian, because it kind of like smelled like that. Plus toe jam, plus shit, plus all the nasty things like put together. I can't do C. diff.
It's a type of diarrhea.
It's a type of it's a type of bacteria that gets into your guts, usually passed on from like hospital patient to hospital patient, especially if they've been there a long time. Another thing is I'm not good with phlegm.
Ooh, no.
Phlegm is not my thing.
Will you throw up? Phlegm
like even especially when you like it's a trach patient and you have to do like the suction and stuff. That's really rough for me. You get used to it eventually, but it's not fun.
Is there something that's really gross to most people that you're completely comfortable with?
I think I'm just comfortable with everything besides those two, I think. What about you, Annie?
I don't like watching like surgeries and stuff I don't like that. Like Dr. Pimple Popper, like it's a cutting situation for me. Like it's suffering.
It's like sour candy.
It's like, why am I? But there's nothing sweet at the end of it. I'm not like happy when it's over. I'm horrified. I do think it's a good diet plan if you just eat your meals in front of that show.
But
or Dr. in front of this show.
That's true. Good point.
I think that Dr. Pimple Popper, if it's like a cyst that's like gooey stuff coming out, while it doesn't gross me out, it doesn't excite me. I need the blackheads. The blackheads is where the thrill is. The deep how when you have to work for it.
And then there's the release at the end.
Yeah, and you see how deep it was, and now it's just a giant hole in someone's body. That's a real thrill for me.
What if I was like, Khalyla, I really need to wax my asshole and I can't reach. And I was like, can I just stop by? Will you do it?
1,000%. I'd wax Pete and Andres' asshole today with permission from their wives. There's very few things. What else? There's one thing that I don't like. Oh, I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like eating pussy.
Yeah.
I've had many experiences, and that's how I know I might be. Yeah, I might be fully.
Esther. Wait, she leans forward. Excuse me.
What are you talking about? Many experiences.
You've never had an adult situation with a woman?
No.
Have you tried? Have you even? How do you even?
She can't try because she'll have to get a divorce.
What do you mean many? Many times you've hooked up with girls?
Why are you mad at her? You're mad that it wasn't you? What are you mad about?
Are you bisexual?
Yeah. No, I don't think
do
I'm
you like
bisexual.
Me or not?
I already said you could scoop my schmeg.
Her snail trail.
My snail trail.
I want you to
I know Annie has too.
I know. Annie had a threesome with one of my friends.
Yeah. I mean, she's still my friend. The way you said it is like we're not friends anymore. Yeah, my friend and I went to, this actually is one of my favorite stories.
Me too.
I used to tell her name and then she was like, why are you telling? I was like, thought she wouldn't care. She was like,
She's a famous comedian.
We had just both moved here from New York. She grew up here and we were both having a similar situation with dating guys where we would go on dates with guys or like go on a couple dates with them and they would give us that sort of like, you want something more serious than we want. And we're like, what are you talking about? We're busy. We're like really killing it in comedy. We're not like trying to have a relationship. We're trying to fuck, but they like wouldn't fuck us because they thought we were trying to like date them or something. We were just having the same experience. So we're like, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to go to Venice one night or Santa Monica, and we're just going to pick up some surfers, and we're just going to like bang some surfers or some skaters. And we're going to. So we were having a sleepover in her like high school room at her parents' house where she was.
Her parents' house?
Yeah.
You're trying to just make me jealous.
Yeah. At this point, you're really living out Esther's dream. Yeah, we were wearing
tie-dyed sweatpants, and it was cool. Clayton did our hair, and no, but so we were like, we're just gonna go out and we're just gonna like find the hottest guys and we're just gonna fuck them and never talk to them again, and we're gonna bring them back to her house. So because honestly, it is fun I don't like watching porn with my partners, but I do, not anymore, but I did for a while really like that sort of high schooly, collegey thing where you just bang in the same room. I don't know. We were just like, it'll
side
be fun.
by side worldwide.
Yeah, side by side worldwide.
My best friends and I, like, that's our motto, side
by
side like worldwide.
Yeah, you're like,
am I the only person who never had a life? I've never done that.
You are. And you just realizing this is wild. Those 4 comments noticed. Let's say that. I went back. I read the comments you're talking about. I went back. There were so few. It was so funny.
Maybe you deserve to be cricket shamed after all, Esther.
I need a new second childhood. You guys need to take me out on the town.
You need a rump reiner. What is it called? It's not called a rump reiner.
What's
the thing where they let you like? You need
Rumspringa.
Yeah, Dave needs to let you go out and.
It's when the Amish when you hit a certain age in the Amish community. Is that what it is, Andres? And then Amish? You have no, but he's George's best friend. George is basically Amish.
She looked at him like he was full Amish.
Wait, and
like you guys can't see, but she looked at Andres like he was in a full, like he was on a buggy right now. He was churning butter.
But that's George grew up LDS, so he wasn't allowed to drink
I grew
coffee.
Up LD.
Well, he wasn't LDS. He was he was 7-day Adventist. And so he wasn't allowed coffee, wasn't allowed to dance, wasn't allowed to eat meat.
He does scream, I've never danced. I will say that about George. There's something about him.
Not allowed to dance.
So yeah,
What would you have been if you weren't allowed to twirl?
Wait, Esther, maybe we should give you a Rumspringa.
Yeah.
Ask Dave if this is doable, because in the Amish community, you have, I think, 1 year, is it? Or is it 3 months? I'm not sure. Where you can just go hog wild. Fuck any.
Like you could be on Girls Gone Wild. Like
you really could. There's a show about it.
And then you can come back if you want to.
And then after you come back to the community, because you've gotten out all your temptations are all now lived out.
But God, you come back to that community with every STD. Think about that. You're just like bringing it to the village.
Your pet crabs. Wait, Annie.
There it is. Rumspringa.
Rumspringa is a rite of passage during adolescence, translated in English as jumping, hopping around, used in Amish communities.
It used to be called a Rumspringer, but then we had to.
Annie, can you finish your story about your surfer dudes?
Okay, so then Esther needs to finish. She needs me to finish so she can finish. So we go out and we literally we looked gorgeous. It was just such a win night. Like it was just gonna happen so well. And so we went to like a wine bar first, which we thought was a mistake. And maybe it was. Maybe we should have gone to like this shitty like dive bar first. But we went to the wine bar first, and there were these guys that were like good looking, but they looked like they had jobs and they had like
boring.
Like they just like
guys
were dressed
with jobs
nice.
Aren't as good in bed.
They certainly are.
Yeah, they certainly aren't, Esther.
No, the best sex
you gotta go for broke, baby.
There was this guy, the best sex I had when I was like, sport fucking was this guy we called Homeless Julian in Santa Fe because he wasn't homeless, but he was. Do you know what I mean? He did have a place, but he's just like, I used to say he fucked me like I was going to make him a sandwich, like I was going to buy him a meal. He had like this monster truck with no doors on it, and he called it romping. He would take me like into the Arroyo, and we would you'd put the seatbelt on, you just like be going like straight down, straight up, like four.
That sounds romantic.
And then we made out on the top. But no, he gave me bacterial vaginosis.
That's not romantic.
Yeah, that's a bad smell.
But
BV.
It was really bad.
I went down on a girl with BV, and I think that's why I'll never eat pussy again. I could have just stayed a lesbian.
Bad.
Yeah. It's not fun, guys. And then she was just so rude and unaware. And granted, we were all drunk, but the smell stuck to my nose hairs for about 2 weeks. And I think that's when I decided that I would never go down. I would never have sexual relations with women ever again. And it's really not women's fault. It was her fault. She could have been like, hey, beep, beep. She could have honked her horn. Yeah. And said, hey, the jingies is happening.
There is this, I mean, obviously, like, dicks have smells.
Feminine the jingies.
The jingies.
Isn't that what they call it in movies, American movies?
What?
Yeah, that's how I learned. Like, I was watching
Is that what they
American...
call white people in Mexico? Get out to jingies.
But that's how I learned to say it from American television. It's like if stuff's not feeling up to par down there, you just say, oh, I have the jingies. I heard it from a movie. I think it was Scary Movie.
That was a parody movie.
Well, you know what? It taught me all I know about America. So.
That makes so much sense why this podcast is so disgusting.
Yeah. We were all raised by like the wrong things.
Hang on, Annie. And so what happened?
Right,
okay,
so we go to the first bar, and the guys were handsome, but we got cocky. We're like, we can do better. Could we not? Okay, so now we go to the next bar, and it's too late. We're there. It's like last call is approaching us. By the way, I'm completely sober in this. Like, she's drinking, but she's not wasted, but she's drinking. I'm dead sober. I had already quit drinking. Like, there was no liquid courage to get me through this. Okay, but we had made a deal.
Did you have the jingies or not?
I didn't have the jingies. The next day, maybe. Anyway, so we go to the next bar, and this guy comes up to me. I had moved from New York. I had used to do a comedy show at the restaurant I worked at, this place called Life Cafe that no longer is in business because everything I've ever been involved with goes out of business. Watch out, Bloodbath. My college, everything. But so I used to do a show there, and like every Friday or every Thursday or something, and randomly, but that had been like 5 or 6 years before maybe 4 years before I moved to LA. This kid comes up to me who's not that hot, comes up to me and he goes, oh my God, I saw your show. I've come to your show before in New York years ago.
Oh, whoa.
And I was like, we've got a fan. And this was huge, okay? Because I could have counted them on my hand at that point.
That I can't do is fuck someone who knows me from something.
Oh.
It's got to be... Okay, go ahead. But
No, you can.
Why? Because they like respect you too much?
I'd just be like, this guy knows like everything about me. Like, there was a thrill. I want someone where I can tell him who I am and lie about it that night.
Yes. He'll find out the
my
truth
name is
when
Anastasia.
He smells your dejingies.
You know? Yeah. Like
my name is Anastasia Dejingies.
Yes, exactly. That's how I want it. I don't say my real name at the club. Do you give your real name at the club? But go ahead.
I mean, is that just so they can hear what your name is? It's probably hard in a club to explain Khalyla to people.
Oh, I don't say my name at the club
You're
ever.
Like, my name's Jess.
Yeah, something really simple. Michelle.
Okay, so he starts talking to me, and then his friend starts talking to our other friend, and they're like talking, and he's like, they're fine. They're not ugly or anything, but the other guys were like kind of statuesque, and we really blew it. We just really were. I don't know.
At the wine bar, you mean?
Yes. I don't know why they were like these hot, like super hot guys. Anyway, so these guys were fun. They're funny. They're cool. They were hanging out. And just by the end of the night, we're like, I guess these are our guys, you know? Like, it wasn't like what we had gone out to do, but we were doing it. So we take them back to her place and pull her mattress off. So like she has like there's like an extra mattress. So there's a mattress on the floor for me and her guy. I think her dad saw us walk in too. I'm pretty sure her dad was like smoking weed in the front. But so we go into her room, and me and my guy were taking our shirts off. We're like starting to make out. And then her guy freaks out. It's 4 a.m. at this point. And her guy like sits up and he goes, I have an emergency. I have to go. And I'm like, that emergency had to have been a tiny penis. Like, he probably just like didn't think there was going to be that many people there. Right. He was like, I've got to go. And he just like runs off.
Too much of an audience.
Right.
Yeah.
So he runs off, and then we're all just like partially undressed. So we're just like, I guess we should all just like, and he was just the friend of the guy. Like, it really was just like this. Yeah. So, and he knew me, which kind of defeated the purpose already of this anonymous night. But yeah, we end up like going on her bed, and I'm really not like, I used to do a bit about this because I was like, you can tell who's the better friend by who says what. So I'm like, okay, I'll go down on you while you go down on her. Yeah. Okay. Like, that's really nice. Right. And then,
but then you're just getting face fucked.
No, but then what she says, she goes, come all over her face.
What?
Yes.
You guys, let's talk about Manscaped. Do you love it?
I love it. I love it.
It's trusted by over 2 million men worldwide, so why not trust it for your man too? It's a great gift idea. It's below the waist grooming and hygiene, and they have technology that you're going to want.
They have forever changed personal grooming with their Performance Package. The Performance Package kit comes with the essential Lawnmower 3.0, waterproof, cordless body trimmer, the Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, and a ton of other liquid formulations.
Andy, can you bend over? I want to manscape you right now.
Do you want me to hold my balls forward or?
You guys, we love Manscaped here on Bloodbath. We love the products. We love the smells. We've all been sent a package and we absolutely love it. And we highly recommend and we want you guys to support the show by supporting Manscaped. And you can get 20% off plus free shipping with the code BLOODBATH at manscaped.com. This is the perfect grooming gift for any man. And you guys, make this the number one thing on your wish list.
Oh, and this is something Esther will really like. These formulations, by the way, are vegan, dye-free, sulfate-free, and paraben-free. So you know his manhood is in good hands. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BLOODBATH at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com with the code BLOODBATH. Your man will thank you.
So I just was like, I could have just been a sock. Like they could have 69. Like there was no reason for me to be there at all. I was like, what? That was like my whole idea. I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I don't want to do this anymore.
You were just a wet towel.
I was the wet towel. And then in the morning I called her and I was like, do you remember when you, and I was like, do you remember when you just told him to come on my face? She was lost her shit. She laughed for like an hour. It was so funny. Like there's not another way I would have wanted this to go. But anyway, so then obviously like he's texting the next day and I'm like, block. Like, bro, it's done. Like you're never talking to us again. So
what was he saying?
I think he wanted to hang out. And it was like, we're never hanging out again. Like this is a wrap. Like I will run from you if I see you again. I will do everything in my power to erase you from my mind so I don't recognize you. And if I do, you'll never. So then I don't hear from him, block him on everything, don't hear from him for a year. All of a sudden I'm on my Waze app, my fucking driving directions app. And for some reason, I didn't even realize you could request people to be your friend.
What?
I got a request to be friends with this guy. And I was like, why would I want you to know like you're the last person I want to know where I am in traffic. So like I'm stuck in a traffic jam and then he rolls up next to me, rolls his window, and just jizzes in my face one more time. Like,
oh, Annie.
But it was so funny. Yeah, it was.
That's a sad one. I mean, it's a fun one until the very end.
Did you do anything?
Oh my God, my brother's going to watch this.
Did you do anything with her?
No, I think we kissed a little.
I heard that there
Why?
Just curious.
No, but you made a specific face.
No, I'm just curious.
What would you have done with her?
I don't know. First of all, I'm not like attracted to my friends.
Yeah, me neither. But wait, you're not. Okay.
I'm just curious. I wouldn't want to like make out with my friends.
Are you asking us?
I don't know. What did you guys think?
Unless they're into it.
Making out is so it doesn't mean anything. Like I don't know. It's just
well, that's
fun
good to know.
It just doesn't. It's like it's so a nothing thing.
But I just didn't. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to finger my friend. I just had no interest. Like when we kissed, I was like, all right, let's just.
That's why I don't understand why you guys had a threesome.
It was supposed to be a foursome. And then he left.
Poor guy. I mean, look, I had a threesome with my friend that I worked with at Abercrombie at the Glendale Galleria. And we both had sex with a friend of mine who had just come out of the military. He was stationed for a long time. And it was really sad because she like threw up all over his dick because she was really drunk. But then she took a break and went, and he was drunk and she went back. She didn't even like bother wiping his dick, went back. It was really just a traumatic experience. And yeah, Annie's threesome story, I think, is as good as it's going to get. Because all my ones are just horrible.
I feel, well, they're never that good. It's not
natural.
Yeah, I don't think, unless you're in a weird throuple. I don't know.
But I was in a throuple. I had two guys I was in a relationship with for years.
Together, all three of you?
Yeah, we were in like a relationship. I had sex with two guys all the time for years. We lived together.
What the fuck are you saying?
That's not a threesome.
They called the relationship mud bath. Weird.
Like, I love the attention from one guy, and I just can't believe you were getting it from two.
It was
in your whole life.
In that regard, it was really the best. It was
feels like
almost
a lot,
like
though.
it's a lot when you take the sex out. Like emotionally, you're now in an emotional relationship with two people, which is a lot.
What does Bobby think of all this?
He couldn't shut up about it. Like when I first told him, when we first got together, that's all he did. Like on all his podcast rounds, he's like, I'm dating a chick. She needs 2 dicks to come. That's all he said. Like that was his material. I was his material. The first couple months that we were dating.
Is it true what he said?
No, a light breeze can make me come. I'm very easy.
Lucky girl. Esther's finally had an adult lesbian experience. Esther, now do that while you're checking her.
This is a very sex-heavy episode. We should probably switch gears.
I know.
And
Should
talk
I tell
about
my
something.
brother? And we were gonna call my friend too. Should we not call him?
No, let's call him. Wait, this is the guy.
Okay, so when I was 11, our next door neighbors moved in, and this boy was so fucking cute. Like I could not believe. I'm in Umbros. I'm like in my full Taylor Hanson. Like I look so like a little boy. And then this kid moves in, and I'm like, he's so hot. I was like, had such a crush on him. We were the same age. And so we just had this thing. We would like sneak out together we would go meet up at the park and make out. This was like when we were a little bit older, but I had such a big crush on him. He ended up like hooking up with one of my friends, and I was mad at him. I think there was a knife I would show through the window or chase him with or something. But I always had this huge crush on him. I thought he was so hot. And he was only there every other weekend because it was his dad's place and his parents were divorced. And I was like, wait for him to be there. And then we started being friends again when I was like 16. And I gave him quite a blowjob. One of the worst.
Wait, how old were you?
16.
Quite in a bad way?
Yeah.
Why was bad about it?
Well, let's find out.
We're calling him?
Yeah.
We're calling him.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
All right, so I was trying to tell the blowjob story on my podcast. And Esther
I thought about it all day, which is also amazing.
You thought about it all day? Oh, you're welcome. So you've been jerking off with fake teeth in your hand? So I was trying to talk about it, and then Esther goes like, why was it bad? And I was like, well, let's just call the source.
We just went upstairs. I don't even know how we got upstairs. I think we were just going to bed. And then it just felt like you were very still and not moving. Like your head or your body or your
maybe you should have fucked my mouth, dude.
Well,
now I'm getting defensive.
I mean, you're my oldest friend, and I feel bad telling people this, but it was the worst blowjob.
It was like my second or third, so I'm okay with that.
It was just, I don't know, just lots of teeth.
I knew it.
Moving.
Very teeth forward.
It wasn't very good.
Well, do you want more teeth, more movement? Huh?
Does anyone ever want any teeth?
No.
No, teeth isn't a thing.
Only if it's a light graze, like a.
No, but it did. I will say it did turn us into friends.
It was so bad.
It ended anything romantic between us.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
Thank you for forgiving me for that blowjob.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
It's very enlightening.
I don't know about that, but.
All right, I love you. I'll call you later.
All right, love
Bye.
you.
Oh, you're so sweet. My Scottish friend used to call this one girl Jimmy Jaws because she really, really led. She was very tooth forward. Like she could not, I don't know if she just had a big mouth with big teeth, but she was very, very injurious to penises during blowjobs. So, I mean, that happens. I can't imagine it was even remotely that.
I don't think it was painful. I think I was just very slow and cautious.
Are you on the up and up with Chet Hanks?
No, who is that? Can someone
Tom
tell me?
Hanks's white rapper son.
And why are we all giving him so much attention?
Because he's hot.
Oh, really?
Not really, but kind of.
He
is celebrity movie star kids. I'm just like, you got it all, man. Like,
but also he's Jamaican. That's what he claims. His alter ego is Jamaican.
wait,
So
that's
weird.
what he looks like, and you think he's hot?
No. Can you pull up a video of him talking in pidgin? But
He doesn't look like his parents.
No, not at all.
But he is theirs.
Because Colin Hanks and him are not.
Not at all.
They don't look anything
They
alike.
don't look anything alike.
Big up the whole island, massive. It's your boy Chet, coming straight from the Golden Globes, you want saying? Me father Tom Hanks presenting in a what soon forward come. Big up, tune in.
It's like a Sacha Baron Cohen character.
Do you think when Tom Hanks was shooting Joe versus the volcano, he's like, one day I'll have a son, and he will make me so proud.
Banana bread.
Oh, these are actually not as bad as they usually are.
Thank you.
What did I get?
Something really great.
If it's bugs.
No, it's not. Just pick it up.
No! Get him!
What is it?
It's a scorpion. Why do we keep doing this to me? You're making the audience mad.
Do you know what? Now you're going to get scorpion shamed.
No.
It's a problem. I like scorpions. I don't want to eat scorpions.
Why am I bullied?
Wait. This is sweeter.
If it's also gross.
Let me see.
It's not.
No.
What is it, Pete?
It's chocolate covered scorpion.
This is crazy that I'm
I
getting.
want to try one of those.
This is supposed to be my home. My
it's
safe
not.
space.
It's her home. You're our guest, bitch. Eat the scorpion.
These are for you.
Have you ever had one of these?
No. Mm-mm.
Are you going to eat those, Annie?
It's not on my cleanse, but I'll try it.
Are we too old to pants our friends or people we know?
It's so.
Is
it's my
pantsing still a
thing.
thing?
I think that's like, in this day and age, sexual assault. To rip someone's clothes off of them.
But in a very non-sexual way. I think it's so funny.
Todd pants me. Weren't you on the phone with me when Todd pants me?
Todd does
and
pants
you
a
loved
lot.
it. You loved it.
It's very fun.
And you didn't see me. It was like my phone was towards the TV. I think you saw the pantsing in a reflection on the television.
And it caught me by like a very fun surprise. I was like,
Just
oh,
livid.
wow, he just ripped her pants off.
It's the most humiliating thing someone can do. I don't know why. It's so embarrassing to me. It's just, I find it to be the most unacceptable thing.
My best friend did me so dirty on our walk. We were walking through a casino into a club in Vegas. And I was wearing a tube top. And she only meant to pants my skirt. But the tube top got caught in it. And she pantsed me. I didn't have a bra or anything. And then the underwear got caught in the skirt. So she pantsed me from top to bottom. And I was in the middle of the casino. I'm telling you, if you run your tapes, I'm not going to say which casino. If you run your tapes from the year, what year was it? Maybe like 2008. You will see a very naked and shocked me in the middle of a casino, just with my tits out and my bush out. It's so sad.
Sounds a lot like my blowjob with Matt.
But I retaliated so hard with her, and I pantsed her when she was wearing these like baggy jeans, but with high heels. I don't know what style she was going for at that time.
Cute.
But I pantsed her. Her heel got caught in like the bottom of the jeans, and when she tried to walk, she tripped over herself and she fell forward and like she scraped her knees and her chin, and it was the most triumphant win of my life. But I think we should bring pantsing back. What is that? Oh, that's a scorpion.
Chocolate covered. Should I eat it?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's probably going to taste just like chocolate.
Like crunchy, like sweet and salty.
Wait, give me the other ones with no chocolate.
Six-piece Manchurian scorpion. Oh, that one you can actually see the little guys.
Scorpion.
Esther, you've grown so much to being able to hold that.
Honestly, these scare me less than the crickets, but obviously I don't want them. And I am sorry that I have a fear of bugs.
Go harder. They're wrong. You're right.
You know what?
Fuck
I
these
love
people.
scorpions. You guys, I'm a Scorpio. I'd be eating myself.
You want to do it at the same time? Wait, do you want to do the...
Oh, this actually makes me kind of sad because I love scorpions.
You love scorpions.
No,
Such
like
a
I love
weirdo.
them as animals. They're kind of
Well,
cool.
they're already dead. They're not going to come back. That
Wait,
helps.
let me... That's the... Are you...
This one's chocolate. Mine's not... Okay. You going to do it?
Yeah, that one's chocolate.
You want a chocolate one?
I know. I feel like you should have this
Yeah, you
one.
need the crispy crispies.
Okay.
I get the real scorpions.
It's more
Oh,
on
wait.
my-
Annie, there's a really big one in there. Wow.
I want everyone to know I'm not like thrilled by all these things, but I feel like I have to do it.
May I
you
just
know?
ask
Like,
where
it's
you
like in
guys
my
are
identity.
purchasing these? Does this gross you out? Oh, really? Maybe we should have Andres on camera.
It doesn't smell good.
You fucking eat this. You guys bought this shit.
I'm going to film.
Is it gonna like pop on the inside?
No, it's just get crunchy. Think about it as like a chip.
Okay.
So my two co-stars are about to try actual crispy, crusty scorpions. And yes, I'm the little bitch not participating. Well, too bad. All right, ready? 1.
Hold on. If I go into anaphylaxis, hospital is not very far. Okay, St.
Are we
Joe's
doing
right
all
there.
at once? Whole thing? Swallow it down, or are we savoring?
I was gonna go half and then half, but you want to take a shot?
I'm gonna do the whole thing. Let's do the whole thing.
Yeah, let's just do.
All right, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Mmm.
Oh my god.
Again, it's like so unscorpiony. There's like no flavor.
What does it taste like? Can you feel
Salty.
its
It
little...
tastes like sunflower seeds.
What's
It does. It's kind of like it tastes like mothballs.
What's the consistency in your mouth?
Chewier than you think. Not chewy.
Crunchy?
Crunchy, crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you feel it's like the little pieces of it, like the tentacles?
It honestly tastes like a salt crystal, like a giant salt crystal.
It doesn't taste like do you ever
But
eat sunflower seeds and just eat the seeds,
Yeah.
the whole thing? It tastes like eating the shell.
But it does taste very stale. So
It doesn't
no
taste
shout
good.
out to Pete or Andres because that shit was stale.
Yeah, none of
Where
them
are you
taste
buying
good.
this shit?
You guys need to get us fresh batches for my girls.
Yeah, it tastes like an old shoe.
This is gonna turn into Esther being a weird dictator of us, like having to eat those things.
A dictator.
My
This is the
girls.
dictator.
Come here, my girls. I've got a treat.
I will be eating this banana too.
Wash it down.
I am glad I didn't have the chocolate.
Yeah,
the chocolate would have been like nothing.
Well, the chocolate and Scorpy is just so fucked up to me on so many levels. Like, if you're gonna eat something, like, face it, look it in the eye, and feel.
Yeah, don't dip it in fucking. It's hidden in there.
Yeah, it's like, look, there's no respect for the animal. There's something slightly more respectful about looking an animal in the eye and saying, okay, that's a thing I killed and I'm going to eat that, versus it
Esther,
being
look at me.
plated perfectly. Not too bad, Annie, right? It tastes like the cricket.
It's just stale.
Tastes just like a cricket.
Once again, you guys have failed to disgust Annie or I.
It's just like not good enough. It's like I want it. Like, what if we loved it and that became our thing?
I can't keep eating myself. I love scorpions.
I'm a Cancer. Don't bring me any of that.
Crabs? You love crabs.
I do love crabs.
Kyle said you were shoving crab rangoon in your face on your IG live.
Oh, that was the most embarrassing. I didn't tell you this, Esther.
What?
I was doing a live on Instagram and Todd brought home Chinese food. I took like 2 crab rangoon and I was like, hey guys, do you think I can eat it all without biting it? And was like shoving them in my mouth. And Kyle from
Barry's
Boot Camp had just commented right as I was like I was a normal person and he commented. And then I was a big fat monster pig right as I saw his comment. I was like, oh my God, Kyle. And I had it still in my mouth. I was like, oh no.
And then he texted me right after.
And then my phone died. And then that was it.
I just got on Annie's live and she was stuffing her face with crab rangoon. And he's like, I could not believe my gay eyes.
The timing was perfect. Let's just say that.
I love gay men.
I'm
I guess
friends with you.
I feel like we've had a really productive day. A lot of sex talk, a lot of grave talk. I feel like this was just another good classic episode of Bloodbath where you really regret sitting down with a meal.
Esther, do you think that Dave could just give you like a hall pass for a day just to see if maybe you like?
I don't think so.
What if it was for Ethan Klein?
I think he would actually be so excited to give me a hall pass for Ethan Klein because then he'd be like, oh, she really is attracted to me.
Yeah,
if
it would
that's
be
who she wants. Because he's like,
It's a lateral move.
yeah.
What about me, the guy who sings Gangnam Style? Is that my fucking hall pass? Imagine if that was Bobby's rules. You can have sex with anyone. They have to be my variety of ugly.
That would boost his confidence.
Who else? Oh, I would really dig deep. I wouldn't just go for a commoner. I would go for like Korean stars in Korea.
Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un. Oh my God, Esther.
The power, the evil, but all in that little Bobby Lee body.
I would offer up that asshole so
And
fast.
he would never give you stale scorpions. He would never give
It would
you
be
live
so
scorpions.
fresh.
They would be live. You would be screaming no. It would be so good.
You guys, thank you so much for listening or watching this. And please, we really want to be the prettiest princesses on iTunes, so please give us 5 stars if you haven't yet. And obviously on
we
YouTube,
won't be on YouTube, so we'll have to be the pretty ones on
iTunes. And obviously if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We really want to grow our subscribers. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, comment below what was your favorite topic we talked about, and
don't be mad at Esther. She tries her hardest with these foods.
I'm coming to Phoenix for stand-up April 29th. You can get tickets for that on standuplive.com. I'm really excited to do stand-up and be crazy. And I have a clothing line, Sleepover by Esther.com. And I have a solo podcast, Esther Club. What else? Where are you ladies? Oh, what's this we have?
I want to plug this.
What is it?
It's beautiful artwork by none other than our Ani. That's what my mom calls her, Ani. And it's her mask. Where can we find these, Ani?
You can find these on we'll put a link in the description on YouTube, and also you can find it in my links in my bio, my link tree and my bio on Instagram.
Those are so funny.
We're gonna make Ani rich for a week. Is that the plan?
Yes, guys. I haven't been pushing my masks anymore, but they are fucking hilarious, and I love when people buy them and take pictures and send them to me. I always repost them. It's hilarious. Makes me laugh.
So buy these, repost them.
It's Boardwalk Humor. I've got a lot more Boardwalk Humor merch coming, so follow me on Instagram.
Is Boardwalk Humor Hot Topic?
No, it's different because Hot Topic is has bands involved.
Boardwalk Humor, it's like the shirt where you're like a fat guy on the t-shirt.
Exactly.
Like a hot lady.
I see.
Yeah.
Or like when fat guys wear the shirt of the bikini lady.
Yeah.
Yes. Vice versa, interchangeable, yeah.
Yes,
or the little shorts on Venice Beach that say fuck me on the butt or something. You're like, Jesus Christ.
I feel like, can we wear those and then take pics?
We should do a
boardwalk photo shoot.
Boardwalk photo shoot with Boardwalk Humor. Fuck me,
I'm going to be
bottoms.
making a bunch too. So
Yay.
Ingenious.
I'll make my Boardwalk Humor line.
That is a good idea. No offense. For you, that's good. No offense.
She's shocked.
Well, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.